Hi, Govinda.
Hello,
So if you could just say your name and where you're from.
my name is Govinda Subedi. I am from Bhutan.
And how did you come about coming to Buffalo?
Uh, it's a long story. In a short, I became a refugee when I was 8 years old. So, from Bhutan, and like in 1992, we became a refugee, and my parents took us from Bhutan with them and live in a refugee camp in eastern Nepal. And about 17 years we live in a refugee camp.
How many people are in your family?
Uh, like when we left Bhutan, we were five, and one of my brother born in Nepal in the refugee camp.
And you have mostly brothers or sisters? Or
I have two brothers and one sister,
two brothers and one
and
sister.
my parents.
And could you tell us a little bit about the political situation in Bhutan, why you had to leave?
At the time, I didn't know what has happened, but when I found it later in the refugee camp from like elder people or from my parents what had happened, like when I was growing up, um, uh, they said that there was uh, there is a little bit of political situation, but there is also like the Bhutan government is not wanting the Nepali speaking southern Bhutanese. They call uh, Losam Pass to us. So they don't want those ethnic groups, so they uh, giving them warnings, or they uh, give threats or things like that, so people uh, don't want to be like in trouble, so a lot of people left because of that. And another things, what has happened was like the Bhutan government want all people to wear the traditional day dress, and because Nepali speaking people has also have their own traditional dress, but the people from Bhutan, the government or the Drukpas people, they want us to wear their dress. They want us to uh, learn all their languages, its language, and in schools they stopped teaching Nepali language and things like that, and they, due to that situation, and like people, like the government take the army take the people to jail or beat, torture, things like that. So to get away from it, to save their cultural identity, and to be safe from those torture, uh, people left the country.
So did anybody stay? Was there any
Yeah,
group
there
that...
are still Nepali people is over there. Maybe those people are maybe who are working in like offices or in some uh, uh, like government jobs, or maybe like in like cities, mostly in cities or something like that. And there are people still in the villages, but maybe they are like they have not get any warrants or some kind of torture, so they keep staying.
And was there ever any war? Or
uh, I think like we have not heard about like wars like in, as if like in Syria or something like that, but it's just like torturing or uh, like arresting people and putting in prison.
so
That's had happened.
the Bhutanese Nepali, they don't have an army.
Like no, like there are people who are in army, but it's not like it's Bhutan government has the army, but uh, Nepali speaking is only a part of the population,
Right. A smaller
a small
part,
part
yeah, a
of the
minority group.
population. Yes.
Right. I see. And have you ever been back?
No.
No. And it's impossible.
I think it's impossible, but I like to go and visit, but I don't know if I could.
And is there, when you're in the refugee camps in Nepal, what was life like there? What was the situation?
Like everybody knows, the refugee life is tough,
Oh,
but like
actually, maybe everybody doesn't know.
like a lot of people heard about it, what the refugee life looks like, but they might not experience it, but they know because being a refugee is not a choice. It's just that's the escape from death or maybe from torture or something. So it's tough. Like there is only limited resources for everyday living, and sometimes we might not have enough food to eat, enough clothes to wear, no slippers, no shoes, or things like that, and it's hard. Like no electrical services, no toilet, bathrooms, or things like that, no running waters, and we need to live in a small hut, like 12 by 18 square foot hut, like 6 people, 8 people living
One
in
room.
no, on that like 16 or 84, 18 square foot hut.
Hut.
That's 6 people, 8 people living over there is kind of tough.
Yeah. I
Now we
imagine.
have like 2100 square foot home or something like that, and it still feels like small, but
Yeah.
like thinking about back, like like about 300 square feet or something like that, it's small for six
Yeah.
people.
Um, so, do you know who was in charge of the refugee camp? Like, how was it organized?
Like United Nations or UNHCR, like World Food Organization, WFO, SCF, like a lot of different like international organizations have been involved to like give their life in the refugee camps. Like they have been supporting.
And so they were there.
Yeah, like they arrange, like they provide some food, some like the shelters kind of thing, and like cooking materials, uh, like firewood, like kerosene oil or charcoals, things like that. They have provided like vegetables.
And was the camp near a town or another city in
No,
Nepal?
it's like our refugee camp is about 1 hour away from the city, like a small town. There are some other camps who are closer to the town too.
So were there like police in the camp?
Yes, there were police in the camp.
And were they Nepali police?
Yeah, they are from Nepal.
I see.
They are not from the Bhutanese community. They are from the Nepal police. Like they are from the Nepal police.
And you were there for 17 years.
Yeah, about 70.
So did you go to school?
Yeah, I went to school in the refugee camp for up to grade 10. There is a limit up to grade 10. School within the refugee camp. And after grade 10, we get little bit of support from the educational organizations that provides us the support. They give some extra support to go for high school. otherwise maybe the parents or ourselves has to do like part-time a job, one-side job, or like something like that to do our further education.
And if you tried to get a job, who would you work for?
It's sometime like not legal to work because the refugee, if we are in the refugee camp, we need to uh, take a permission from the camp secretary or from the camp office to go out to study, even for the study. So to go to work is like not permissible, but because the uh, things that were provided for us not enough, so people have to go out.
Right.
So people go out in the country, work in the village, go to the towns or cities and work over there as like laborers or agriculture, farming, in different fields. And some of uh, our people, they go out and do teachings in schools like out in Nepal, outside of the camp. And even they go to India or
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, they can even go
go.
to another country.
Yeah.
But that's
It's like
allowed?
because India and Nepal doesn't have a like like restrict borders, so we can go and come back.
I see. But technically that's dangerous to do.
Yeah, because you need to get a permit, and we don't get a permit to go. So, but it's without taking permit, people go and work.
So going to work is dangerous, but you need to work
Yeah, we
to
need
be
to
able
work,
to study,
pay
right?
for the study, pay for the kids, because it's not enough. The things that we receive from the this organization, different organization.
And then so the process of being resettled, when did that begin?
It begins in 2006 or 7, I think. This IOM, International Organization for Migrations, they open up these resettlement opportunities because like there have been many talks from Bhutan, Nepal, and India to return back these refugees to Bhutan, but it's never became a decision, or they didn't come to a conclusion to repatriate back them to Bhutan. So these UNHCR, this IOM come with a plan that, okay, so maybe this would be the plan, thinking that it's not a like permanent solution, but for the temporary, like we can resettle them, and maybe in future they might repatriate back to their country. So they come up with, I think it's in 2006 or 7 it started.
So it's been 8 or 9 years.
Yeah.
But there's still no.
Yeah, and it's like, but people who come to the United States, it started in 2008, I think.
2008.
Maybe last of 2009, 7, but I think it's pretty much from 2008.
And was the U.S. the only option, or?
No, there are different options, like in European countries, Australia, New Zealand, Canada, England, Norway, Denmark, Netherlands. Those are other options too, but it's not our choice. The UNHCR or the IOM, they choose which person go where.
And was your family hoping for any place in particular?
One of our cousin was here in the United States before that, so he told us it would be good to go to the United States, but it's a very difficult for our parents to decide. So it takes some time to convince them to.
Oh, your parents didn't want to leave.
No, they don't want to come to the United States because they don't know, because and this is totally a different, will be a different environment. No, there will be language problems, language barriers, and we don't know,
So
kind of those
they're
things.
even afraid to leave the camp.
Yeah, even they're afraid to leave a camp. And still there are people in the camp who don't want to come to the United States.
Right. Difficult.
Yeah, it's.
And you don't see that there could be any solution ever going back to Bhutan or.
I hope the government of Bhutan will accept the Bhutanese refugee, like who have been resettled in different part of the country, to if they decide to go back to the Bhutan. Hope the Bhutan government will accept them as a good citizens, but I don't know if it would happen. But I am hoping that it will happen in near future.
If the opportunity to go back to Bhutan came to you, would you go back?
I want to go back and see, and I don't know if I would be staying over there. I don't know, but I want to go back and visit, and I want to see my birthplace. Things like that. If I able to stay, I might, but I don't know about that.
And so you came to the U.S. in
2009.
2009. And since then, when you came, did you speak English already?
Yeah, in the school, like in a refugee camp, and I went to high school. I did my bachelor's degree, so I have a little bit background about English, but in speaking, it was not like not good at speaking. So at first, it was a little bit difficult, but it's not difficult as for like our parents, because our parents doesn't speak. But for us, understanding and to communicate, it was a little bit difficult, but it's getting better.
Where did you get your bachelor's degree?
I did my bachelor's degree from India. Like is the nearest city from, like one of the biggest nearest city from the camp.
Okay. What was that city called?
Siliguri,
Okay.
West Bengal.
Okay. And you paid for that
Yes.
yourself?
Yeah, my father.
Your father.
He worked hard for me to do my further studies, so he gets credit for that.
Are your parents in the U.S.?
Yeah, we live together.
Yeah. And your whole family was resettled?
Yes.
Okay. So nobody is still in Nepal?
No, from my family.
From your family?
Yes.
And then how did you come to this place?
Buffalo. From refugee camp, when we was told to resettle, we are told we will be resettling in Cleveland, Ohio.
Okay.
But when we are coming and when we land in New York airport, and they said that, they canceled your destination, so it changed to Buffalo.
Oh, wow.
And since then, Buffalo is home.
So it was supposed to be Cleveland first.
Yeah.
Did you like research Cleveland before you came to like?
No, because we don't have options to choose where we go. There are we can able to choose if there is like one family already came in the United States and live over there. We can choose one family, but if somebody has already choose that person, they will not take us over there. So we have our uncles were in Texas. We choose them, but already some of the other relatives has choose them, so
I
we
see.
are not able to go over there. So they randomly pick anywhere for us.
Right. And then, so you arrived in Buffalo.
Mhm.
Did you arrive in the summertime or the wintertime?
It's in April last.
In April.
So the snow
So
was
it was
gone.
okay.
Yeah,
Right.
it was gone. So it
But
was-
it came again.
yeah, it came. The first time I saw snow here,
Yeah.
we saw snow here.
Yeah. It's I imagine that must be a big part of the adjustment is the weather.
Like at first it was tough, like we don't know what to do, it's a totally different environment, so yeah.
What and then so you ended up in Buffalo, and how did you become involved in the CAC from there?
At first I work in different places, different factories, companies, and like I want to help my community. So since I have been involved in small community activities, community uh, programs or things like that, and in 2014, because it's been like 4 or 5 years has been passed, so we want to have a citizen of this country. So for us it was easier, like little bit easier, because we able to study, read English, write English, so we read ourselves for the citizenship preparation. But for our elders, they never been to school back home, they even not know about their own languages, and they have to pass the citizenship test, and there has been like different problems, like if they don't if they are receiving SSI, social security benefits, and if they not able to get their citizenship certificate by 7 years after they arrived in the United States,
Right.
their SSI benefits will be cut off.
Right.
So for that purposes, and for not for even like other person who doesn't receive SSI, also they want to be a citizen, because like some of us who never have a citizenship, so and even some who have, like our parents or elders who have citizenship of Bhutan, but it was like maybe taken away, or
Right.
maybe they have not get one, or maybe they have lost, or anything like that happened and destroyed. So they want the citizenship of, of the United States. So like community is like wanting to have these classes, and like as a community member, I started as a community group. We started try to teach children's their Nepali language class, and for the elders we want to teach the citizenship class. We started in a different location. After a couple weeks of our classes, maybe the space is not available. So we are again looking for another space.
Right.
So here we come, and the CAC has provided us that opportunity to have the classes, and since then we have been running the citizenship class here.
So you're involved in teaching both, or helping people learn Nepali and English.
Yeah, we have been helping, but for Nepali language classes, maybe I don't know for now at this time, like maybe kids, maybe the parents are not available to bring them here, or maybe something going on, so we don't have a class right now. We have done it before for a couple of months, but right now the students are not coming, so we stopped it for now. But we are hoping to again come back with the language classes because our younger generations will forget the language. So we want to give them the language uh, because our parents left the country
Mm-hmm.
because of the language, our culture, our religion. So if we don't teach them, they will miss
Mm-hmm.
it and their identity will be lost.
So
So
it's,
we want that to happen too.
it's a combination of learning a new culture,
Yeah.
but also teaching the old culture at the
Yes.
same time.
Yeah.
Is everyone, or all the refugees, the Bhutanese Nepali refugees, are they all the same religion?
No. There are Hindus, Buddhists, Christians. So
So it's diverse.
yeah, diverse. And within the community,
Mhm.
there are again diversity within. Like there are Hindus, but within the Hindu also there are different groups.
Right.
And within the Buddhist there are different groups, and maybe within the Christian also there are different groups, and there are like a lot of different language within.
So there's different dialects even
Dialects,
of Nepali.
yes.
So the first question is, when did you first get involved with CAC?
It's 2014.
2014.
Yeah.
And it was for citizenship classes specifically.
Yeah, it's specifically
For you to teach them,
Yeah,
not to take them.
Yeah.
You never took a citizenship class here.
No.
You learned that yourself.
Yeah, I learned myself and just for the teaching
Right.
for the elders people.
And how has the CAC been helpful to the Bhutanese Nepali community in Buffalo?
Yeah, because like we are looking for the space to teach, and CAC provided us, so it's helpful. So many of them are coming here, and already some of them have passed the citizenship test, and they have got the citizenship, and some have um, applied for it, and their test has been coming. So it's been CAC is good for us to have get this space.
It's exciting.
These citizenship classes are important for the students, our elder students, because they want to get the citizenship of the United States. So it helps them to increase their ability or make them able to speak, read, and write the questionnaires from the citizenship test, and learn some English too.
Right. Which I imagine that it's not just helpful for the test, but it's also helpful for everyday life as
Yes.
well. Right.
Yeah.
Why is it important to you, your students, and others living in the neighborhood, the CAC?
CAC is important for us and our community and for other communities because these have been a resource center, because our students come here, and it's in the heart of like a lot of refugees community live around, so it is near for them to come in, and it's in the like in the middle place, and a lot of around the immigrants population or the refugee populations live.
Why have you spent so much of your own time volunteering at the CAC as a citizenship teacher and coordinator?
As I said before, I want to give something to my community, like for elder people. So by teaching these classes, I am giving my thing to the community, services to the community as a community member, because I know a little bit of English, or I know a little bit. So what I know, I want to share it to the community. That's why I have been spending my time to hoping that these elder peoples can have a bright, and they might get their face signed if they pass their citizenship.
So you're completely volunteer.
Yeah, it's volunteering.
Do you live on the west side?
No, I have never lived in the west side.
Never lived here.
I lived in a riverside,
Mm-hmm.
like little up from west side.
Right.
Uh, since I come, so I was placed over there. So I live over there for 6.5 years, and now I moved to city of Tonawanda.
Okay, so you've gone further north.
Yeah, further north.
To Tonawanda.
Yes.
Um, is the west side a place that you came often when you first arrived?
Yeah, I work on the west side.
You work on the west side.
I work just a couple blocks down.
Where at?
I work at Jericho Road Community Health Center, and its branch Hope Refugee Drop-In Center.
And I guess what it in your view, like how has the west side changed since
it's-
you've been here? in
Yeah,
Buffalo?
in like past 6-7 years, it's a lot of changes that I see. Like this Grand East Street was not like this before. Like there are like vacant houses or vacant stores, and even like some of the houses near are like old, like turning down. But now, like within 7 years, we see a lot of changes. Like all the Grand Street is back to life. Like a lot of stores are opening, and these are opened by like refugees, immigrants, communities, or some who come from outside. It's not like people who are from here open it. The stores are opened by communities that are come from outside, and the houses, like there are different construction agencies or like Push Buffalo and some other organization. They have been like working hard to change the old housing things, and they are building new housing, and which is really good for the economy of the west side. It's been going like, I think it's been a lot of progress has been made in the west side
And you
in
think
the past 7 years,
Yeah.
I think.
primarily, and you think it's because of all the people who have moved here?
Yes,
Right.
yes, like lot of houses they rent. The people who come from outside, like refugees or immigrants, they rent, they pay for it, they buy the houses, they pay taxes, they own a business, they pay taxes, and it's just it's growing the economy of the city or maybe the west side, even for the country.